Testing.
Check. I think, we're good. We're live and we're living.
Yes. Welcome to the Aloe Show.
Uh-huh.
I am D Aloe, and my mom calls me Dwayne. But
Is on his birth certificate and driver's license.
But you can just flip a coin. And I am also here
With this is Hunter Lowe. That is not my real name. But it is the name that works best with the show.
Come on. So
it is an artist pseudonym, and I'd like to think it was the name I chose. But you can call me Cole if you want. But
right, come on. And just out of camera, we have Luca, Miss Luca.
We do have the producer, aka a 11-year-old husky.
Come on, man.
Is she 11?
Yeah, she is.
That was a good reek. Okay.
Look, you know what I'm saying?
I'm sure if I look back far enough, I'll see a picture.
Has the
of
body
her
of an 8-year-old husky. You know what I'm saying? She looks good for her age.
100%. The figure of a 7.5-year-old. Yeah, that's right.
You know,
okay. She's got to bite at something, but don't we all?
Look.
Yes, sir. Well,
how you feeling, brother?
I'm happy. I'm happier that I'm here. You know, I'm gonna be honest with you. I got served a pretty big plate of "Are we fucking for real?" yesterday.
Look, dish best served lukewarm.
You know what? It's best served in the alley, away from anybody. It's best served in the trash can. But
he's like, don't let people know I'm buying this plate.
No, I will say that. You know, I wanted to lie. I wanted to lie and come in here and go, man, I'm magical. Everything is great, but I had a good old fashioned straw that breaks the camel's back type day yesterday.
Look,
and
as you can hear, our producer it's allergy season for our producer. Are you okay?
I was gonna start complaining, and you stopped. See, that was good. That was the producer going. They didn't come here for that shit. Be funny.
Like, when God needs to get your attention, sometimes he sends it in the form.
It's an 11-year-old husky
of a choking heathen husky.
I was just close to just complaining and just being like, dude, it was a lot. Fuck that.
Sometimes you got to get it out, brother. Sometimes you got to get it out.
I get it, Luca. I appreciate it. That's not what the people want. Damn it. Am I clear to go? All right, but I will say, listen, it was one of those days yesterday where it just kind of piled on, and then it piled up. I got in a car accident. And
I'm just saying, if you're gonna pile on, you might as well go up.
I will say, listen, I don't wish this on anybody, but if you're already just kind of like in the dumps a little bit, don't hit another car.
Go and look.
I know this is controversial, but it's not the best thing to do. But it was a quick little fender. Tapped a bumper. Her car's totally fine. Good to report. Mine.
Yes. How was she? How was her?
You know what? It was her first accident. She was like,
20.
So
she was like, that's the best kind.
No,
that's
she
the
was
best kind. I'm not gonna lie.
She was a little frightened. And I quickly was like, I looked at her car and I was like, you're fine. Everything is good. Their car is totally good. Exchanged information.
You don't want someone who has had previous accidents, and this speaking from experience, because the last thing you want in an expression staring at their rearview mirror into their car is like, not this shit again. You know what I'm saying?
I will say she even said, she was like, sorry, this is like my first accident. And I was just like, honestly, I think I'm the best person to have your first accident with.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like,
her car was totally fine. My car, it just looks like it got punched in the face is all. And
bruises make us beautiful.
Tell that to my vehicle. But we're gonna get it fixed. We're gonna be fine. But and like I said, I was already having a bit of a heady day, and when that happens, you just go.
Do you remember her name? Don't say her name, but
I
do
not know.
She sounds like her name would start with H. Like, she just seems like a kind spirit.
You know what? Shout out to her.
Have you ever met a mean Hannah?
Yeah, for sure. Bad name to use.
Oh, shit. Okay. Maybe.
She spilled the beans.
Hannah did spill the beans. She kicked the garbanzos for sure.
Oh, God. I'm not going to bother explaining that to anybody either. That's an insider.
Shout out to Oceanside. Shout out to Oceanside and the waitress that spilled everybody's secrets while serving our food.
She spilled the beans. But yeah, other than that, I've been solid. I just got back from Portland.
Good Northwest.
Yeah, your stomping grounds, that region
baby.
rather. And it
Wasn't good enough for Dame Lillard, but
listen, I felt, it may not have been good enough for Damian Lillard, but I just want you to know that I had a very drunk man look at me and say he was the Michael Jordan of making cappuccinos. Okay, so naturally I said I'm showing up tomorrow and we're doing this live because I need to see if.
And how did that go?
To be totally honest with you, I don't know what a good cappuccino tastes like. I think it was delicious.
All right, you have to go. I'm sorry. And I hope this is not
Luca's
a
like,
reflection.
they don't care about the cappuccinos. Cut it.
Give us Teeny's boy.
One episode in and they already have hits.
You're gonna have to move. Come on.
You know what? It's cool. I'll take over while we move the manager. All right. Now she's listen.
No, she wants her cheek. That's
Oh, okay. Well, come on. Everyone say bye to Luca. We love you. All right. Solo podcast. I can do or say anything. It's not right now. It's just a low show. It's not the Allo show. And for about 3, 2, and 1. All right.
And we are back from commercial break.
So yeah. Anyway, I
there we got the choking husky.
now that the choking husky decided to make her way to us to anywhere elseville. Yeah, no, I was, it was a wonderful time. Went up there to see some family. I got my whole family on my mom's side lives up there. So
where are we at in Oregon? Where are we at?
Portland.
Shout out, Pete.
And so does my sister Eliza.
Come on,
she
shout
lives
out.
up there.
Shout out to Eliza.
And first night was tremendous. We went to her restaurant where she works at, and
do we have a name for it? Are we plugging the?
It's called Noble Rot.
Look, Noble Rot.
Which I'm gonna be honest with you, just as
Like
little,
Rottweiler? Noble Rottweiler?
No, I guess it's like a play off something about wine, like Noble Rot, like that's a part of the wine process.
Okay.
I think
Love
rot,
wine.
I think,
Love wine.
I think rot in any restaurant name's a little. It's risky for me. I'm already playing a word association game I don't like.
I immediately went to dogs and I love the restaurant.
Okay.
I'm like, they have a Rottweiler.
Okay.
I'm making up themes in my
You know-
head.
well, you know what?
I'm
You
like,
know
Cole went to a restaurant where they just let a Rottweiler just roam the restaurant. Who's friendly.
That's proof.
And her name
that-
starts with an H.
That's proof that just because I think it's a bad idea doesn't mean it is. And that's growth. But so we went there, and I mean, Eliza, she must have just been. She's just a hell of a person. So they were just treating us like royalty, feeding us and getting us good and fucked up. Wine, whiskey, beer, mezcal, whatever's your pleasure. I was going for it, and I'm here to report that the whole team was on board with this endeavor. So we had mom out there, we had baby sister out there, middle sister out
and
there.
we were just all in the.
We have baby sister's boyfriend out there. We have a whole
just all eating out the drunken gumbo pot.
Oh, well, listen. So we had a great time there, and then I got put on to go to this place called the Sandy Hut. By
These names.
by people from like my friends back here. They're like, dude, you got to go to this dive bar. It's great.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like close to where we were. And listen, man, shout out to my mom who was a trooper. We go there, and I mean, she must have put down 4 espresso martinis on her own and chased it with like Rainier. Like she was just kind of.
She was in her Northwest bag.
No, she was absolutely. She was in her bag. I got to give her credit.
She's from Puyallup. She was acting very Puyallup.
You also have to understand that I was hammered, so it was like that whole. Just typically, I mean, listen, I'm the oldest child. I'm the only boy. So it's like,
shout out to that.
So it's like I naturally have like a protector gene when it comes to, 2 younger sisters and mom. We go out. I don't mean to, but I'm kind of clocking and making sure they're good. Fuck that.
When I'm hammered,
I didn't give a fuck. I was there. My mom's like, I think I got to use the bathroom. I was like, go have at it. Go crazy. Figure it out.
Liam Neeson went, taking is a part of the agenda tonight.
I was just like, but it was cool because I loosened up and I was just hanging out. And
being the watchful eye,
but being fucked up with your family an incredible. Like I will, because I have to emphasize that because it's not like we were drinking having a good time. It's like when you're talking to your sisters and you're like, no, you don't get it. Like
you're there,
I'm there,
you're
and
there.
Whatever. We were having a great time, and then a little anecdote that I do love is that night's kind of coming to a close. As previously mentioned, we're deep in the cups. Let's just say that if this was Hell Week, we were going full pads.
Look, what I'm saying? If it's a contact sport today.
And my mom was like, "Fuck, dude, I need some DoorDash. Like, we got to get some food to the hotel."
To Mama Joan.
And I was like, "I got you. Don't even I'm gonna look it up right now." And she was like, "I just want grilled chicken and garlic sauce." Which I was like, it is 1:45 at night, but I'm gonna do my best for you.
Look,
and we go ahead. I'm like, I'm drunk scrolling through DoorDash, and I see like some Mediterranean place, and I was like,
just about to say Northwest and Mediterranean food.
Whatever. I was like, what? I'm gonna get the Mediterranean food, and I see like a little thing that has like a little chicken spread. I was like, perfect, whatever, it'll be at the door. So I order that. And we get the Uber back, intercept the food going up to the thing.
We're always fresh when it's good timing. I'm sharing a room. Me and my mom are sharing the suite. So she's got like her bed on one side and I'm on the other side in like my own little bed area. And I get the food and I open it up and it literally is just like, imagine a bowl of hummus, like straight hummus with chicken sprinkled on top. And that's it. It's only hummus and sprinkled?
Chicken. Sprinkled is exactly what it was. It wasn't a slab of chicken. It was chicken bits sprinkled on a pile of hummus. I fucked up.
How about...
No, I fucked up. I'm letting you know. There's no question to ask. I'm letting you know I fucked up because I'm looking at it and I'm like, this is just hummus. Like I just ordered just hummus. There's nothing else.
I mean, which is also good.
No chips. No.
No chips.
Just hummus.
Oh yeah, eating hummus off of a spoon is insane.
So
it's insane.
So
work.
I'm looking at my mom. I look at my mom, and I'm already like, she needs to eat. Like she needs to eat in order to be good tomorrow, and I need to eat too. And I look at her, and I'm like trying to have bites. And I'm in my head. I'm like, this is so This is bad.
Are you eating it with a spork? How are you?
Bro, I have a fork, a plastic fork going at just straight hummus. And I hand it to her. And you know when someone's like really, like just in general, like we've all been there where like you're drunk, but then you have like a moment of like pure clarity. And it's like, it's like you kind of see what's up.
Every day.
She was drunk. And then she's starting to eat it. And she looks at me and goes, Cole, this is terrible. Like, what is this? I was just like, you're drunk. It is delicious. Like, this is so good. You're crazy.
The reverse psychology when someone is drunk is...
She just has like hummus all over her face laying there. She's like, this isn't good. Like, this is bad.
This is not a meal.
And I'm like, Mom, eat your hummus. It's fine.
Shout out to the hummus.
No, dude, it sucked, dude. I was so bummed. But yeah, and either way, we woke up the next morning and she was like, that was bullshit. Like that sucked.
And he's like, I don't know what you mean.
I was like, that's fair. But yeah, so just overall, just had Portland is a very interesting place.
It is.
It's one of those places that like you can. It wasn't like I did anything special. It's just like I had these vignettes, like these like moments where I looked around and I was like, "Is this really fucking going on right now?"
The Northwest will provide that.
It's like they had I'm sitting there with my cousin, her kids, and everything. And we're at like this little diner, and I look, and out of nowhere, this like old homeless looking. If he wasn't homeless, he was homeless adjacent for sure. But he had like
Equal
old military jacket on, and he came up and just out of his pocket pulled up a handful of trail mix and just put it on the table next to us. And just right at like my cousin's child is, I don't know, I think he may be 3 or 4. He's just wearing a Batman mask in this restaurant with
Classic.
an iPad watching like the top 10 most terrible like hurricanes ever. Like it was like
Okay.
I'm just
Look.
looking at this just like he's watching natural disasters. People are bringing trail mix out of their pockets. What more can I expect from
That's
Portland?
Texas behavior. That is very.
I'm starting to feel like LA is just docile and sedated because
Yeah,
I'm going
it's
other
weird.
places and they're fucking letting it fly.
Look, if they're not handing you trail mix during top 10 tornadoes of the 2010s,
That's a lot of T's. Top 10 tornadoes of the 2010.
Look, that's all I'm saying.
That sounds like a speech exercise.
Look, baby.
But yeah, had a great time. Hung out, saw family. They were all beautiful. Had a great little barbecue. And then, just got back here for this week and just got back to it. How about you, brother?
Brother, I couldn't tell you. I feel like I am in a time machine where it was like, let me just see what's happening, and the button on fast forward just gets stuck.
It was like, this is a
These
great
days-
Monday. Why is it Friday?
These days are fucking flying by.
I kind of get what people say when they're like, hey, it goes faster.
Yeah,
Like,
but what is it? Is it like just because we're getting older and we can't remember shit? Or is like, or we have too much going on that...
I think it's just all loops. Like it's kind of like when, not to relate this to depression, but
I mean, it can be depressing. Shit.
But they do
I thought
say
today
it's
was
like
Tuesday.
I'm sad now. But you ever just miss Taco Tuesday because it's Saturday afternoon?
That's what I'm saying.
But
Kidding me? The Bachelor's not on today. This is bullshit.
but no, when it comes to like loops and shit, it's just kind of the your depression is essentially your brain kind of like regurgitating the same loop, the same thought pattern.
Right.
And so it's not necessarily just depression. It's also just in general, the older you get, the more you get ingrained in habits, behaviors, ideas, groups, routines, work, whatever it is. And so it's way easier to autopilot because you're just
not
like,
even-
I'm okay.
I
like-
was just talking. I actually wrote about that this morning when I was journaling. How much of a conscious effort it takes to like step outside of your norms and like do shit you normally don't do. Now, but I feel like back then we used to find ourselves in random ass situations.
I think you can still totally do that, and it happens a lot. But I feel like it's more so now. It's like set and setting where it's like, hey, if it's Friday night, I'm gonna get in something random. I know
Right.
I will. My Wednesday at 3 p.m. is probably been the same for the last 3 years. Like,
It takes like a conscious effort because you have to be aware of when you want to like kind of spice it up, if you
Right.
will. But then I'm like, damn, I thought I was spicier than this. I thought like my shit is looking. My shit needs a little salt.
I'm barely
Facts.
picante,
Bro. Like my shit needs a little.
My
garlic
Taco
salt.
Bell packet is mild as fuck. I'm
Bro.
trying to live Diablo. You know?
I have a friend and she's like, yeah, I'm flying overseas, but I haven't mapped out the last 2 weeks of my itinerary, so we're just gonna kind of like figure it out as we
You're
go.
like, I was gonna coin flip between going to Pavilions
Fact.
or Albertsons.
That's what I. And I'm like,
Am I
all right,
living?
bro. I'm like, all right, what am I doing here right now? Like, what's happening? I need to spice it up.
Well, what do you think? What do you think are ways you can spice it up?
Well, my cousin called and asked if I wanted to go skydiving. I don't think that's really spicy for me though. Like I do it. It's not something I want to do, but I need something
You're
that's
like,
gonna fuck
like
me
I'll
up.
do it, except I'm horrified and
Yeah.
I just side note on skydiving. I don't like it. I don't believe
Would
in
you
it.
do it?
No.
Never.
I think that it's not the act of skydiving. It's if I put myself in the plane going up, I already feel myself shitting my britches. You know?
Look, baby, that's why they created adult diapers.
like I just see myself being up in the air, and then some like buff Australian dude being like, all right, like we're going and fought, and I'm sitting there and I'm just like, I am so scared, and they open the door and I could just see myself just passing out.
See, my thing is, don't hold me at the edge. Like, if we're gonna do it,
I just gotta sprint. Like, I gotta,
don't even just. Is there any way we can just backpedal that way? I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Let me just fall and be in the arms of Jesus.
See, even thinking about it is so scary. But I never say.
If they're
never.
like 1,000, you get 1,000 new subscribers tomorrow if you go skydiving.
I don't care about either that much.
I'm not
a freak for attention. I fuck with who fucks with me. Okay, that's a side note that I just.
You get 2 sponsor deals.
2 sponsored deals. Are they if they're with Cheez-It? And if Cheez-It opens the bag and they're like, "Hey, we're gonna do like kind of like a subscriber giveaway."
Can we do a dating show with Cheez-Its? What would that look like? Is instead of handing out a rose, you get a bag of Cheez-Its? But then I only want to date myself at that point.
I was gonna say I don't know what that says about me. That I think a girl who accepts a bag of Cheez-Its as like
is my wife.
See,
you're like, that is. She is. Don't you watch your tongue when you speak of my lady.
I'll leave it alone. It's not worth it because I'm equally like with it, and I'm also like, all right, we could do better, but that's blasphemous, and I'm not gonna fuck up my Cheez-It money because it's coming. Okay.
Oh, it's
coming. All right?
We're doing a deal with Cheez-Its.
But
and a dating show.
Yes to both. What I didn't mean to cut you off. What other ways are you going? How are you trying to go Picante mode? I
don't know. I feel like a random vacation would do that. But during the vacation, I can't do my normal shit. I can't go out just looking for animals, looking for new food and rest. I actually got to mingle. I'm not much of I'm a mingler. But I'm not a mingler. You know it. Like, you put me in a setting where I have to be.
The problem is, I think with you, is you're somebody who's like, I feel like if you're, I'm sure Kobe Bryant, rest in peace, wasn't out here like just trying to always play pickup games, know? He was like, I'm in the league for a reason, And when you're an NBA level people person, it's sometimes you're like, I don't know if I want to get up for this for right 5-on-5. And I respect it, but at the same time,
you got to sharpen the skills.
Exactly that. I was just gonna say, I think that's
my granddad said, if you don't use it, you lose it. And I don't know what he was referring to.
I said what? Okay, Grandpa.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, Grandpa.
He also said 2 cherries in a hand make a basket of fruit, and that made no sense. That made no fucking sense. So I took the other comment. I was like, all right, bro.
2 cherries in the hand.
You're 1 for 2 right now.
2 cherries in the hand make a basket of fruit.
You're 1 for 2, my dog.
Hey, you know what? That's 50%. If he was playing Major League Baseball, he's in the Hall of Fame. You're hitting half the shots you.
That's so funny you said, and it's no shade, bro. Batting 300 is amazing. That's 3 out of
10. That's math. That's crazy.
You're telling me I only got to be accurate 30% of the time? Let that go into your relationship and see how that works.
I was gonna say, baby, I fuck up 70% of the time. I'm still in the Hall of Fame.
I'm still one of the best people you've ever dated.
If we're going off Babe Ruth standards,
that's what I'm saying.
But well, shout out to reinventing our social battery, because it kind of sounds like that's what you're looking at right now.
Right now, I'm making the adjustment from the regular iPhone charger to what is it? The C? Is it C charger?
USB-C.
Yep, USB-C. And so we're still learning, but
and USB-C used to stand for you is usually sitting behind the computer.
That's
okay,
it.
making music, and now we need you
now
out here.
I need me out.
Listen,
See, but I don't like to use the term "out in these streets" because
I feel personally like
I'm out in these libraries. I'm
not in the streets.
I'm not in the streets, but I'm out where you could like run into me, but you gonna be you have to be doing work in order to run into me, like something studious. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, I'm at the rec centers.
Look,
if you see me spotting like an 80-year-old like Asian man on a squat rack, like. It means I'm trying to get out there. It means I'm trying to ingratiate myself with people more. If you guys don't know, I live up on a mountaintop,
Topanga,
and it is so beautiful, and it is so easy to just get lost in it, and just kind of the word I want to use is gallivant. I just like to gallivant around and just look up and see birds and hawks.
As soon as you said gallivant, I wanted to say frolic, but I don't think they mean the same thing.
I feel like they do, and
okay.
Our producer is not here. Okay, we're fine. We don't have to fact check. We're fine.
Definition will drop below here: gallivant and frolicking.
One of us is going to be right, and one of us is going to be upset.
And there's going to be a third person watching this who doesn't know what either word means. They're just going to be like, "Those are too highly educated."
And you know what?
Brother.
And here's the definition for anti-disestablishmentarianism. Just because I can do that.
He can.
But yeah, so I mean, regardless, it sounds like you're trying to revamp, rebrand, and rebuild.
Look, we're trying to do something. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'll tell you what, the sun cutting through these windows is just hitting us like I'm a fan of this little filter I got going on here. I got a little rainbow prism going on.
Oh, you got the David Bowie going on.
David Bowie.
Is it Bowie or Bowie?
David Bowie was a lifeguard.
Oh, I mean,
David Bowie.
I mean, either way, you can drown in the swag, or you can just drown in the emotion. Like
there it is. David Bowie is. Oh God. Well, either. Okay. We're back. But yeah, so it just sounds like you've just been in super chill mode. This is just a random thought that I've been having lately. Is I think it's astonishing that bicycle locks aren't illegal. Hear me out.
Explain further.
Hear me out. If I want to right now, I can go to Harbor Freight. I can go to wherever. I can get
Home Depot.
Actually, no, none of those places have bicycle. I don't know what I'm saying. Anyway, if I wanted to go get a bicycle lock right now, I could take it. I could go to any business and just say you're closed now, just lock their doors and leave and walk away. True. And I feel like the fact that we as a society either haven't caught on or just don't do it speaks volumes to our character. Because if you think about it, I'm not saying that it's like fucking up everything, but for sure you're shutting that Chipotle down for 2 hours.
This is very true.
You know what? You just like I just feel that was neither here nor there. I just feel like bicycle locks are dangerous, and the fact that we show restraint with that is important to me.
See, I think I'd take the opposite route. I would go padlocking shit of my responsibilities.
Okay.
I got jury duty. You think the court's open today? Psych.
Officer, I swear to God,
Look,
I meant to go, but someone took this off my Huffy and put it on the courthouse. It had nothing to do with me. I was excited. I couldn't win. Have you ever done jury duty?
I can't remember if I was summoned recently, but I don't know.
I may have some mail that says that I didn't, but
I don't know. We'll never know. I plead the fifth.
That's jury shit, right?
That's part of being a juror.
I feel like.
Have you participated?
I did it one time. So I always would just. Because you can just basically go online and like roll it back and just be like, hey, I'm not available, and set it for months later. And I would do that forever. Eventually, there was one time where
They're like, bro, we know you ain't
No,
got
actually,
shit to
no,
do.
actually.
we know.
I actually just went, and I remember I was working, and I was just like, jury duty's better than this. Like, I need a break. I'm gonna go to jury duty instead.
What were you doing?
Well, it was when I had the app that it was my that lets you know how stressful that shit was when you're just like, you know what, I know I'm building this company, but I need to tell these partners that I need a break today. So
like,
I was excited. I was hoping that I went there and they were like, guys, we need you for the next month. There's a double homicide trial that you need. I wish I was working on the next OJ case, but I literally came there, and apparently you can you line up, or not line up, but you're sitting there, and they just asked me like a question or something, and I forget what I said, and then they were like, you can go home. And I didn't like how quickly they just said I could go home after I answered their question.
I didn't know they pay you now.
Oh, they don't pay you.
No, apparently they pay you now.
Oh,
unless
cool.
I was misinformed. I don't think. Yo, we'll pay you. That it's paid.
I don't know if that's true. Maybe you're. You go.
Look,
Yeah.
Only one way to find out. The great thing about
to think that we've never utilized one Google search in the entire like.
And that should be our a Google set. Now we have to have music, the little Jeopardy music playing.
All right, well, we're gonna see whether or not, because I think maybe your job will pay you for the time missed. But
no, California pays $15 every day, starting on your second day of service.
Okay, but $15 a day is
is insane.
Like, I feel like,
brother, that's not 3 McChickens. That's not even that's like 2.5.
Yeah, I mean that's barely a food per diem. You're right.
Yeah. And I wouldn't even give.
I would have rather not gotten paid.
The prices. Yeah, now it's almost offensive because now you're telling me, hey, brother, for you to judge this raccoon that just took an extra handful of cat kibble is worth $15.
If that sounds like a court case in Maine. Like that sounds. If that is what
that's where I need to go.
If
I'm judging. We have other producers.
Guys, you have to understand, as I said before, the fact that we have it's been 30 minutes and that was the first real dog bark. I'll take it every time. But now I'm just staring at them. We're seeing what we're doing.
So if you can't hear, we got Ahi in the house.
You
hear it?
Yeah, I guarantee you it picks up. I guarantee you those nails dragging.
You know, it's like an auntie wearing a robe just walking through the house. You just know.
But twice as sassy.
Yeah. You know that burly broad's going to come with some complaints at some point.
100%. Well, that is... listen, it sounds like you're going to be a part of Maine Justice soon. So
look, it's not easy keeping the world, in balance.
And I like to think that that's what we do every day with this podcast is keep the world in balance.
We try.
Shout out to everyone who listened to the first episode that we put up. By the way,
on, yes, got some solid feedback.
That's mind blowing to me,
brother. I feel
anybody who wants to listen to us
shoot the shit
at all. 1, thank you. 2, why?
The facts.
But I appreciate it. I really do. I think it's cool as fuck, and it makes me happy. So shout out to you guys.
Yeah, it is surreal to think about. Like, we've always joked about it, but to see it, like,
it's
actually,
cool. And I mean,
it is cool.
I'm happy with it because this is the second one. So it's building, and I'm stoked about it. But regardless, what do you got?
I got a random question. My Gemini side floats around. Dating apps. Marry one?
Listen.
Marry one?
I was looking over at Carmelo Anthony over here, and I said, I know for a fact he's going to ask some dating shit. I don't know what. Go ahead.
Marry one. Kill one.
You're going to hate my answer. Go ahead.
Smash. Hinge.
Oh, okay.
Bumble. What's the?
I'm just gonna stop you right there. I've never used any of them. So maybe this. I've never. I know this. Like I've downloaded and created profiles before.
I have one for sure.
And I've never
I've
gone off. I've never gone on a date off of one. I've never anything. And I don't think that.
Do you think we're old school?
I don't think it's old school anything. I just think I'm scared
to swipe.
Like I think that for me personally, like it's dope. And I mean I don't have anything against it. I think it's super cool, and I think that it's definitely not like faux pas at all. And I mean maybe at a certain time it may have felt a little like, oh, we might lie about where we met kind of thing. But
I wonder why.
Because I mean I think that a couple years ago it was a bit more off the norm, where now
I feel like
it really is the standard. Like
I feel like this is the main way of meeting people.
So
now.
I mean, shout out to listen. I just created a Hinge profile. So
are we still? Which one are you rather leaning towards? Are you still like kind of like I'd rather go out and meet somebody in the wild? I wanna like.
I think that
I don't want to say hunting. That sounded. We're not hunting. Anything.
That's crazy.
We are hunting more.
Everybody, don't listen to Carmelo Anthony in this headband.
It's like, what would we? Are we more just like in the natural state, or?
I haven't once every relationship I've ever had, anything has been in person. And it's not because of anything that I choose better or worse. I think that that's just how it's happened for me.
Yeah.
And I think a huge part of it, if we're talking dating, so we might as well talk astrology because it's in the same fucking universe.
It is. I feel.
This is what we're doing. If we're gonna,
feel like
I'm gonna go here. If we're gonna go here, is what I'm saying.
I'm a Gemini. We love living there.
But what I will say is, I'm an Aquarius, and I feel personally that my move in air quotes, my move is I friend zone everybody. Like that's That's what I do.
Friend zone go.
Because even if I'm interested in somebody, that it creates like a leveling out of things where at least for me, maybe sometimes I needed to be more aggressive or more.
I was about to say, is there ever a situation you skip over that phase, or is that a mandatory?
It's kind of just like how it happens for me because I need to feel that. I need to feel like friend-ish to develop a connection. And so I think that's why I've never really done the dating apps or whatever it is because I'm just like to me it's just it feels very just like, okay, I think this person's attractive or not. And it's cool, there's nothing wrong with that, but there's no I don't have any gumption. I'm not inspired to be like, oh shit,
there's no foundation to
To me it's like I would rather if I meet somebody in person, it's I feel like I'm actually myself.
I feel that.
Where I feel like in a lot of ways, whatever picture or what it's a representative.
I'm judging you off of a question that is.
It's a representative, but it's
Facts.
I feel like if you meet me, there's a better chance that if you don't like me, at least you don't like me. You know what I'm saying?
So you tell me you can't get a good read off of somebody off of two truths and one lie question.
There are questions that if I ask you, I'll know everything I need to know about you.
Ooh, okay.
But
let's say what kind of question? What question would would you want to ask first? That would give you just be like, all right, let me check the temperature of this pot.
Let me check well, I think firstly, I think that for me, it's like I talk in a lot of quotes and jokes and whatever.
Oh, for sure.
So for me, it's less about a direct line of questioning, and it's more just like I could tell whether or not you're gonna play ball with me and be silly instantly.
Yeah.
Like if I say something to you and you're like, "What?" I'm like, "We're already not gonna do this."
Yeah.
Because
What'd you say? Never mind.
I'm just like, cool, but nah.
Let's just save this. Check, waiter, check. It's like,
Yeah.
you ordered water.
It to me, because what I do look for in anybody is the first thing is wit. It's being witty. It's the most important thing.
It's so underrated.
And that's not just in relation. That's friends. That's everything. I feel the most alive and the happiest I could possibly feel when I'm literally just fucking around, joking.
Have you seen any commonality? I don't even know if that's a word. It sounded good.
That's a total word. I don't know.
Good.
I don't know what commonality's a word.
Yeah,
you gotta believe in yourself, man. You gotta
look, baby. I
know you didn't go to college.
I'm trying to spice it up. I'm trying to spice it up. You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna say, just because you're using $5 words.
Look, baby. Sometimes you reach in and you get a bargain. You know? Have you found any common? Either
use the word that you
commonality. But I'm saying, but I wanted to say because commonality doesn't fit that sentence. Have you found any common sign?
How did you not know it was a word, and now you don't? You know it doesn't fit with the sentence.
Well, no, because I said it sounds right, but sometimes some shit sounds right. So,
well, sure, yes. Sorry, what?
Have you found a common sign?
Common sign? What do you mean? What do you mean?
You were talking about horoscopes.
Oh,
have you found a common sign that embodies wit?
No. Have I embodied? No. I think that I think it could be anybody. I don't think that it. Truly, it's. I just think it's just kind of it. To be totally honest, I think that the people who have been dealt some rough hands and had to go through some shit are the funniest people. And I think that is it's nothing against the people who just like have life. Who can cruise, because that sounds awesome.
Yeah.
But the people in my life that are the most hilarious have been through the most pain. Yeah. And so I think that adversity is kind of the ingredient to that wittiness, I guess.
Chef some shit up.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think that I don't think there's anything specific. I don't think that there's like a way I could mark it or whatever. But that to me, I think is important. But
yeah, I agree. If you can't laugh, if we cannot laugh and joke, oh boy.
But here's the thing. This is just who I've been. I've never been that guy. Whatever. You, sir. I know right now you're sitting on it. You got a pocket full of probably ladder lines who would love to spend some time, who are probably witty and have good banter and all that. What's going,
I'm a creature of habit. And the new habit has become just like animals, peace. That's a big thing to take on is someone else's feelings. That's a big thing to like be like, you know what? Now I just can't hit up my dogs.
Why do you think that you immediately go? And I'm genuinely curious. Why do you think that you go from like something probably as simple as like, oh, like go on and twice in an episode, I'll take.
Look,
if you don't want to hear a dog bark, don't listen to this shit.
This is Big Tuna. Big Tuna is always here. Who are you barking?
Oh, yeah, do you?
You can't see Luca. Luca, come here.
Guys,
let him see your face.
This is just part of it. I don't know what to say. Hold up. Let me bring back my question. Let me bring it back.
Yes.
Why do you think dating feels so heavy to you? Because when you say like, oh, it's a big responsibility, like someone else's feelings, like I'm sure that there are situations. What?
He's staring you down.
Fucking what?
He is staring you down.
What? I'll put you outside, you old fucking Nimbus cloud. Stop looking at me.
He's like, what are we talking about?
I'm trying. How'd you send your bodyguard? I'm pressing you on why you gonna feel this way.
That's PR control.
I was gonna say. I was like, I'm over you. Yeah, sit down. I'm gonna get my question out. Goddamn it. I just want to know, why does it feel so heavy to you? Because it's like, I think that no one's to say like, oh, this has to be a relationship. That has to be like, why are you not interested in like, oh, this we seems playful, seems good. Like, let's just grab a drink and see.
It's not that it's not heavy. Or it's not that it is heavy. It's the fact that when I'm thinking for me, there's no objection or resistance to it. You know what I'm saying? So even if it's something as honest or simple as going to get a drink, I could start the day and be like, man, getting a drink and going out sounds fun.
Oh, I can't wait to hang out with Becky.
Come 4:00. You know what I'm saying? If I had a bad day, if I had a certain thing, and even if you communicate that well, there's still someone else might be excited about seeing you, and then you just squandered that. And then now you have to deal with their disappointment, which is not saying that it's not fair. Like, it's not that I don't want to deal with it, but it's like, what's easier than not dealing with it? Not even taking it on.
Hey, listen, you can't lose the game if you don't show up.
Look, oops, Jersey's left at home.
I would love to play in this game, but I got a flat tire and I don't feel like
you know what I'm saying. And sometimes,
so it sounds. I'm not saying it, but it sounds like a bit of self-destruction. It sounds a bit like
no. It's
or you're not even getting to self-destruct. You're getting before it. You're like, I'm not even.
I should, but it's
fuse.
Honestly the total opposite. It's self-preservation, because I felt like for so long that everything else in like prior relationships led to self-destruction.
Okay.
And so then when you finally find a place of peace, you don't want to let that go. You want to sit in that, even though sometimes that can be tiring.
But I will say it's kind of interesting, right? Because then you're white knuckling the peace. Then you're
not
like,
even a question.
Because then you're like, not
even a question
by any means.
But it's easy. I would rather, to be honest, white knuckle that, because when I look around, a lot of people that are white knuckling finding things,
sure,
end up in worse positions.
That's fair.
You know what I'm saying? Because
I don't think that there's obviously a script to it. I just think it's
interesting.
Yeah. Because it is something where it's like, you obviously want that. I've seen your stories.
Yeah.
you
Look,
do. Listen,
I would love to find love. At the same time, sometimes when you're running those things, you're like, damn, is it worth my peace? Because I feel like,
to be devil's advocate, it kind of feels like, because also when you have experience, and I guarantee you some people are like, I don't want to go back to that. I don't want to go back to these feelings, these bad, I get that absolutely for sure. But I also do think it is interesting, because a part of it is being like, how much are you opening yourself up? Because true vulnerability,
yes,
is
agreed,
accepting the bad to make way for the good.
Oh, not even a question, but the time that's allowed for someone to really accept the fact that it's like, yo, I'm really cool being by myself. You see, I know.
That's an ad lib. That was straight up.
Is because I feel like when people get tired of being alone, they feel that's the signal for them to start searching for a partner.
Sure. I think I'm just asking because it's like, clearly it's something you want.
Yes.
I guess to me, it's like, I kind of want to, what better place than a podcast that other people listen to?
Oh, for sure.
That I ask the questions of like, what would it take? Like, what are the things for you personally? Because what it sounds like to me is it's like, hey, I want to protect my peace. I don't want to be in a situation where I could let someone down or
not
change
even
my
a question.
plans. But also at the same time, this is something I want, and to want it is to accept another person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but also to want it, but there's a difference between wanting something and knowing what you're able to give.
Okay, yeah.
You dig what I'm saying?
Sure.
And it's like, part of it is like, yo, I want to make sure that I would be the absolute best partner for somebody.
What's holding you back, Dwayne?
Because I love my peace too much right now. Because you have to, like, I feel part of being a good partner is being willing to be like, you know what? I'm willing to sacrifice my peace right now.
So right now you're just like, I'm not willing to do that.
Yeah, well, no, I can honestly say, like, I don't know if I'm willing to do that. I'm not saying I couldn't.
I feel like what you need is just like I feel like your shit is on some 500 Days of Summer. Like you need like a meet cute in real life where you're like, oh my God, I'm swept up in this shit. Like I feel like any sort of like planned
it can't be.
I was gonna say
it can't be. It can't be. It cannot. See, that's the tricky shit. It's like I feel like everybody is trying to.
It's like I want to go to the beach, but I just got to end up there.
I just got to end up there. Because I
can't pack
when
my
you
shit.
I feel like because I feel like that's the intention of everyone today. Everyone is so just like, yo, I got to go out and find this. And then when you go out and find it, you already have an expectation or a certain mold in your head instead of letting the natural be.
I think that that's other people, and other people, they have, like, you know, I agree with you, but I also think it is interesting being like how you respond for yourself, because to me it's like, you know, obviously, you know, my situation, you know, has happened.
Yeah.
But I feel like I'm one of those people where it's like, hey, like clearly I need to kind of take my foot off the gas and kind of be for a little bit. But at the same time, it's like an understanding of like, hey, it's like I'm taking time out, but at the same time, the whole other people and what they're doing isn't like, what did Jay-Z say? What you eat doesn't make me shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like what other people are doing and like how they view it doesn't it's not something I'm gonna do. So
no,
yeah.
Not even a question. But it's also the people that are interacting you and trying to court your attention as well. You know what I'm saying?
All right, well, listen, it's a little different for the both of us. It's a little different, okay? I get it. For you, it might be a little like, all right, well, yeah, I don't know if I'm ready.
Nah,
I'm like, hey, I gotta go.
No,
our DMs are not created equal, folks.
Nah, it is. It's honestly, it's like a plethora of things because people automatically
of DMs. I tell you,
no, which is crazy. DMs they're a little weird. They get weird sometimes, you know. And you can be. It's funny because like people will automatically have a thought of who you are, how you act, and what your situation is, and how you would react to that situation. The number one quote I know you probably got so many people in your DMs, and you probably
and they're right.
Yeah, I'm not saying that.
I would hit them up and be like, "You're exactly right."
You know what? Bingo, bitch. No, but it's also like how they assume I react to it. That could be like honestly one of the biggest things.
But also, it's like, listen, girls in general, I also don't know. I'm talking out of my ass because this doesn't happen to me. But what I will say is I feel like girls don't shoot shots like that in DM. Like it's more the guys, how guys do.
Not a chance. Not a
I don't
fucking.
Because
I'm not even joking.
Because they might just be rusty and just send wild shit because they're out of form.
To be honest, I think females are more direct. I feel like because I know if I actually am like attracted to somebody, I beat around it, bruh. There's no leaves left. There's no leaves left on the bush. That's how much I'm beating around the bitch. Like, you know, I never get straight to the point of being like, hey, I'd like to take you out. I want to take you out. No, I'm just sending you dog emojis. I'm liking all your goddamn animal pictures. Like, it's your niece's birthday. I'm like, happy birthday to your niece.
Oh, my God. What breed is it?
Yeah, like, oh, my God. Your mom's a Sagittarius?
It looks like a chow mix.
That's... That is like my version of like of being like, hey, I fuck
But you
with
know what's fucked up? And this is a callback to the episode before, is in real life, I can be direct, and you can like. There's a directness of like joking and flirting and all that. But dude, like
through messages,
you're over here. You're like, I just want to say that I saw that you were at your niece's quinceañera, and it looked like a wonderful time. Did you have a pit bull impersonator? That looked incredible.
Like I saw you swinging that pinata. Did you play softball by chance? Like
just for no reason, just asking.
Back foot never left the ground. Sturdy swing. But yeah, I'm telling you, females seem to be more direct, I feel, than males would be, at least for me, because I'm not like a straight shooter. As far as like when I actually like somebody, I get nervous, bro.
Guys,
I get nervous.
People get nervous.
Hell yeah. When I get nervous, I get hot. I start sweating, but I also like lose track of thought instantly. Do you have a habit with that? Like when you know you're nervous, you're like, fuck, dog, I hope this shit don't happen.
If I'm nervous, all of my sauce goes away. It's kind of like, that's it. It's like if I'm nervous, it's so annoying because I feel like some people, they get nervous and they're like, nah, crunch time. Like I gotta be clutch. I gotta pull this out.
Hell nah.
When I'm nervous, I am a bitch. I'm like, well, I guess yeah. I left something in the car. You know what I do? And this is only because I love you guys and I'm vulnerable. And if you ever see this, it means I'm nervous. I yawn a lot.
So yawning is a big nervous tick.
I yawn a lot when I'm nervous.
I'm not a yawner.
If you see me at the bar and I look like I haven't slept in 3 days, bitch, I'm scared for my life.
Help me.
Help
me.
Don't come with NyQuil. Come with a compliment. Okay? Because I need to ease up.
Being nervous is a motherfucker because you cannot hide it, bro. You cannot hide it.
I think that like is interesting because even in like sports, like if I was nervous playing like football or something like that, like it affected me. Like preparation and stuff is kind of the antidote for being nervous because it's like are you nervous or are you underprepared? You know what I'm saying?
There is a difference.
So it's like if I prepared myself adequately for a game or something, then it's like I wasn't nervous because I knew what was coming, I knew what was happening. But it's like, how am I going to prepare for the cute girl at the bookstore?
I was about to say,
preparation.
There's a handful of people if I ran into today.
You'd be like,
sir, I might have to block them after our interaction. I might have to block their ass because I'm like, there's no way she's going to get me the same.
I am scared. Guys, this is if you've made it to 57 minutes in, you finally got to the good part, which is just two guys talking about being nervous.
Look, there's no I'm not a straight shooter like that.
Do you have because I have a recall of moments that I was like, damn, I fucked that up because I was so nervous. Do you have any in recall, or are you just like, brother, I'd try to delete them?
Brother, I've gotten like beyond drunker than I should have been.
Liquid courage ass.
Liquid courage, thinking it was gonna do me justice. It was karaoke. I was like, I can sing. I'm here. I'm with her and her family.
Low key a home game.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm like, I'm in my home arena. It's what I do. Brother, I got up there and panicked. Mid drunkenness.
Did you do the robot?
Brother, I was singing Sexual Healing by Marvin Gaye, which was, first of all, a horrible choice to be in front of your girlfriend's family.
I'm going to be honest.
At the time.
I'm going to be honest.
Look,
that is...
Brother.
It was already your girlfriend? Okay, all right.
No, but it was my first time with her family.
Okay. Well, that's a genuine nerve.
That's like a type of nerves you cannot hide.
You're like...
I was like, you know what? Let me get some drinks in me, and then let me go to my home zone.
Did you go in there?
Let me go.
Like, let me get that.
Brother, I don't even know what I said. I think I started freestyling after a while. I swear to God. Brother,
You're like,
when I get that bitches on my teeth, like, just turn
like,
it,
I'm sorry. I'm guys, I'm fucked up. Yeah.
So, yeah. I definitely dropped the ball in that.
Guys, it happens. And it happens to the best of us. And one thing I will say is I've gotten a lot better. And we can't always win, but we can always improve.
Or avoid them. And that it seems to be working so far. It's like, let's just avoid the moments where
Dwayne
we
is just
nervous.
like, listen, I want to meet somebody.
I do.
I'm putting on my story that I really could use a snuggle right now.
In fact,
But God damn it, don't. Oh God, the action. I don't want to pull the trigger. Fuck.
look,
It comes with it. But God bless America. God bless our troops. And God bless the Aloe show. Because it looks we're about an hour in.
we are here, and just for you.
And guys, if episode 2 has me disclosing my nervous tics, stick around for episode 10 because I'm probably gonna give you my bank code. If I'm being this vulnerable at episode 2,
Routing and account number.
my social security is coming in at like episode 6. I'm letting you know now.
Vulnerability.
Oh God. Well, thank you guys so fucking much for hanging with us. I am Hunter Lowe, and this is my wonderful co-host and dear friend, Diallo, Dwayne himself.
Come on. Today I'm Carmelo.
And you know what? He
on,
wanted to
baby.
put the headband on, and I
We
said,
are here.
I said, you better go for 50.
You think?
And I think he did. I think he went for 50 on this one.
FaceTime, there's 2 already.
Nothing but
Playing a
net.
song. Stay
Love
strong,
you
but
guys.
strong for the picker.
We'll see.
Don't drop a pin, hopping in the picker. Trying true, but you move from the getter. Deja vu, knew you was gon' slip. Sleeping all night, and I bet she missed me. Send out the text, but it might get risky. Pour up the juice, but the shit ain't simply known. Nah, you're all alone, and it feels so empty. Pray on the Lord that you say, come get me. Pick up the phone when you know it's gon' tempt me, no.